Alright guys, here's what you look for after a quick bath. Got most of the fire extinguisher dust out of here. It's not going to clearly see which wires needed most attention. Of course I'm going to start taking all this apart soon. I just wanted to get a general idea of what condition this car is in. There's a lot of glue marks. That's from that tarp that you guys saw at Copart. Thanks Copart for that. They put a bunch of duct tape all over this car. The paint's not perfect. It does need a cut and polish. It's not as shiny back here as it is up front. I'm guessing the front's been repainted before. Overall, it's decent. You guys can see all those marks and stuff. It could use a good cut and polish all around. Little scratch there. It's not perfect, but it is a 2004. So as you guys can see, this side doesn't even have the s2000 mark. This fender has been repainted recently, and you can almost tell just by looking at it from here. It's a little different shade of black. And on this side, I noticed a little bit of cracked Bondo right there. So this quarter has been repaired in the past. Who knows if it was from something major or just a minor ding in a parking lot, but I can kind of tell a little bit that it's been repaired there as well. So overall, the rest of the car just needs a good polish and buff, and it'll get looking like this front end after, of course, I paint it. So yeah, here we go. All right guys, it's time for me to start breaking this car down to see what kind of damage lies underneath. So first of all, I'm probably going to jack up this car to see how it looks underneath here. From what I can tell, everything's fine down there, but I do want to check underneath the engine and everything, make sure all the wiring harness is good underneath the car, make sure no firewood underneath it. I already started making a list of stuff I need to purchase. Some of these things already have been purchased, and I'm just going to add to this as I keep going. The list is already pretty long. But most of these are just minor things like the horn, fuse box lid, like hood latch, little things like that that's already melted that I can see from here. So let's get started. Guys, these wheels definitely need some love. It literally looks like somebody took a paintbrush and painted these with house paint. So these definitely have to be resanded. Either I'm gonna get these powder coated or I'm gonna sand them down myself and repaint them myself. That's got to go. Like underneath, everything is super clean. There's no oil leaking. Transmission looks perfect. Yeah. Everything looks perfectly fine. Very relieved to see that. Found my first drywall screw. Went from this to the fender. Alright guys, the fender is off. It does look like it used to have some Bondo work in the past, as we saw from the paint difference. It looks like it's been hit a little bit. They didn't do a terrible job at repairing, but I've seen better. I might have to purchase a new fender for that side. This fender is fine. It doesn't look like it has any Bondo on it. Now look at this headlight. So, oh, you guys can't see that? So this headlight is pretty melted up, doctored up, whatever you want to call it, because right here is a piece of wood. Do not know where that's from. This looks pretty bent up. Might have to get a new one of these. Looks like it might have had a small fender bender in the past. It's not uncommon with a 2004. Looks like it might have hit the front right where this bent. You see how bent this structure is right here? Let's see if I can go from this side. So you guys can see, I need a new headlight bracket and not a doctored up one like this. I need a new under headlight bracket. This thing must have had a very ugly jams around. Now I just gotta figure out how to get this this headlight off. This is good to go. I think it's just one more bolt in there. I was wondering what is holding this headlight. All the bolts are gone. Well, I can't believe it, but there is literally a wood screw, a drywall screw, going into the headlight from that piece. I can't believe it. So this one's definitely been a minor accident up here, and that's how you don't want to fix it. The guy probably took insurance money, fixed it himself, didn't do such a hot job. Second drywall screw. Headlight. So I'm hoping this HID module is okay. It looks a little crispy, but I think it'll be fine. There was the other drywall screw. All of this was doctored up. I cannot believe it. This is all fiberglass. Somebody made a little pedestal of fiberglass, put a piece of wood in here, and started using wood screws. That's just crazy. Hey, what can I say? It's Miami, All that you find all sorts of stuff in Miami. Get this headlight off so it'll be perfectly good headlight. Great. Just realized you guys couldn't see any of that. The headlight seems fine. There's no cracks or anything, but there is water in it. I don't know how they got in there. That sucks. Oh, where's it coming out? Oh, it's coming out of this seam right here. Looks like I just need to reseal this headlight, get all the moisture out of it. It's going to be a work in progress. Alright guys, here's what she looks like right now. Both fenders are off, headlights are off. The S2000 looks really bare without anything on there. Next up, we got radiators, fans, condenser. I'm not worried about the AC because I noticed an AC line blew right there. So I'm gonna need all new AC components up front, just lines basically. Good thing they stop right there. That's it, I'm gonna start taking all of this off. Alright guys, here's what she looks like, all torn apart. You saw that was actually very easy. The radiator actually broke on me, the inlet hose, it's fine. Everything's gone from here. Now I could clearly see what I need. This top bar, I'm still waiting for in the mail. I do have it on order. Now because that top bar was pulled, there's a center bar, and it went ahead and bananaed this bottom radiator support, which is no big deal. I'm gonna just push it down a little bit when the time comes, whenever I have to drill out this guy, which is only a couple of spot welds. It's no big deal. I'm gonna drill them out. I'm gonna weld in the new one. So I went ahead and actually ordered a harness. This is just the right side engine harness. I do have the left. So this guy goes into the firewall right about there. Okay, and this plugs into, I'm guessing, the ECU or the body control module. There's the grommet for the firewall. And all these spaghetti wires have to get fed into wherever they go. And as you can see, it's actually super easy because the wires basically fall into place. I mean, every nook and cranny, you see like this Y from the original harness is right here. Everything is just plug and play. You can see this guy is to the horn. This right here coming out is the headlight harness. Now this harness actually only cost me like 60 bucks shipped on eBay. Just this side, very, very inexpensive. All those grounds that were burned right here, those are all right here. Everything gets replaced, including what looks like goes across the radiator support and looks like into this fan. So this guy right here, this plug for the fan is this guy. It wraps around in there. So yeah, basically this video is all about stripping this car. This is the wiring that I got. So this is just one section of the loom, just the other side. This is my other left side of the engine harness, which I don't even know if I'm gonna replace yet, to be honest. After I look at this and I see the wires from the right side of the engine harness, nothing is burned. This engine harness is okay. These are grounds which aren't even burned, to be honest. They just have grease all over them. They have like this lithium grease all over them, which is probably a good thing. But none of these wires are actually burned. So this harness, this whole harness is perfectly fine. All these all these wires that are burnt right here all come from this side. So I got lucked out. Pretty much I'm just gonna replace one harness, clean everything up in here because it's very, very dirty. And that's what's left. So right now I'm gonna take off this fuse box. Well, maybe I'm gonna leave it on because I think I'm gonna drive the car in and out as needed for now. I'm gonna leave this in for now, but I'm gonna update this purchase list right here. I got it all broken apart. It was pretty easy. This car is awesome to work on. Any Honda Acura, 10mm bolts, it's pretty much all you need. So here's my updated list that I gotta purchase. Everywhere you see a check mark, I've already purchased those things. So you see I got a long way to go. I'm gonna need some body parts, the hood and the front bumper. Oh, forgot to add, I might need a right fender. Maybe, maybe not. I'm gonna let my body guy look at that fender, see what he can do. Maybe there's something that we can work with. Front bumper, I already got this front beam right here, which is just held in by a couple of spot welds. It's gonna be pretty simple to do. Radiator, I might go aftermarket, do an aluminum radiator. Condenser, yes, I'm gonna need a condenser. Fuse box lid, right headlight bumper bracket, which is that bracket that sits under the headlight. And then right headlight structure bracket, this guy right here. I could use it probably, I just don't want to. It's all bent up, and I want the body lines looking good. I don't want the headlights sagging at all or anything. So yeah, here's my updated to-do list. I actually do not need the left engine harness. So it turns out after I took everything apart, the left side is perfectly fine. I'll just probably return that one. Just the right engine harness. All plug and play. It's gonna be very simple. So the next video, I'm gonna change out the harness. I'm gonna drill out these spot welds for this hood latch. I'm gonna go ahead and order a hood latch. I'm gonna try to get all the body parts here so I can throw everything on. Check the fitment of this guy before I weld it in permanently. Straighten out that bottom structure. And yeah, it's basically gonna be ready for a little bit of touch-up paint, painting the body parts, and whatever else is needed. This should be a really, really simple build. Hopefully I don't run into any issues with the wiring. So that's my updated list. I'm gonna cross it off as I go. Thanks for watching. Stick with me. It's gonna be a couple of episodes of this, and I'm gonna do a lot of aftermarket things to this. I wanna get some coilovers. I wanna get a couple of maybe front lip, rear spoiler. I mean, not a big wang, but you know, an OEM spoiler, OEM front lip. I do like the ground effects of the OEM s2000. I'm not gonna go too low. I don't want to slam this thing. I just want it riding nice. Am I gonna get an exhaust? On here I put intake. I really want to go aftermarket if I'm gonna go with an aftermarket exhaust. So that's the plans, guys. Thanks for watching.